Hey guys, Vanderbilly. There's been a request in the forum for the Johnny B. Goode solo. The rhythm's already been covered a few times, various ways by different people. In particular, Classic Covers does a beautiful video of it, puts his own spin on it. So bear that in mind, but some detail was wanted on the solo, so I just thought I'd cover that. I'll play it through and then I'll talk you through it. Prepare for my mistakes as ever. Hopefully a shorter video than last time though. Okay. Mistakes, I don't think. Blimey. Okay. You start off with 3 notes there. That's a 7 on the G and a 6 and an 8 on your B. And then you've got 6 on your B and your E 5 times. And then that's 8 on your G, hammer on from the 6 to the 7 on the G, and then the 8 on your D. Watch my finger in there because it's very hard if you're uninitiated. It takes a little bit of practice to get the speed down. So I'm using my first finger on those and then all 3 of them on the G string and then just grabbing the last one with the 3rd. Okay, so you play that riff twice and then another twice but just playing 1/6. So you've got like that. Then the next part, I think that's what what he plays. There's a little wobble there, so I usually just play an extra 7. It's the same riff just with 3 of those 6s and then you're into this part. Okay, now that starts off with fairly simple, a slide from the 5 to the 6 on the B string, a 6 on your E, then a 9 on your B and an 8 on the E. So not too difficult. Yeah. Right, so it follows on with a. So that is a 9 on the B, an 8, a 6, 8 on the G, hammer on from the 6 to the 7 on the G, and then some 6s on the B and the E. So it's the same riff as before, but you're moving the little shape that comes afterwards up a string, which makes it, if I can play it. So you're playing those 6s, but it's 8 and a 6 on the B string and a 7 on your G string. Then you play the original riff once, and then you've got this part. Now if you've been listening to the forums, or reading them rather, you've got another one of these bends here. There's been suggestion that it's a unison bend, and there's also been a little hint that somebody might be calling it a Goode bend. I quite like that. I think it's got a particularly good ring to it, so I might adopt that. Thank you very much. You've got a 9 on your G string and 11 on your D string, and you bend the 11 while playing them both together. So 4 times, and then a 12 on your D and 13 on your A. And so that little part, 12 on the G, hammer on from the 11 to the 12 on the D, 13 on the A, and then just play it again. Sometimes I add the 12 on the last note. So slowly. Okay, next part to follow. Okay, next piece. So that's exactly the same as the first part, but then you follow it with another bit of a Goode bend there. That's a 5 on the B string and a 6 on the G string. You bend the 6 4 times, I think it is, and then now those are a little slide. You hold the 10 on the G string and the 9 on the B string, and you're just sliding it up 1 fret to the 9 and the 10. Sorry, it's an 8 on the B and a 9 on the G, and you slide it to the 9 and the 10. Well, you can see what I'm doing, can't you? And what you do is you use your first and second finger on those, and then you hit the 11 on the B string. So you get the timing of that, and you can hear what I'm doing. Then you just play that 3 times at the end, the 11 and the 10. Now, this last part here I find it quite difficult actually. I struggle with it all the time. But it goes like this after that. That's the first part after. So you've got a slide from the 9 to the 10 on your E string, and then on your B string you've got 11, 13, 11. Like that, and then so that's this little shape here, 2 finger shape. You've got a 10 on your B string and a 9 on your G string. Slide it down to the 8 and the 7, and then the 6 and the 5. Like that. Then the next part, you do the same little slide from this section. You just go like that 3 times, but you're holding the 11. Can you see that? Like that, and then nice little piece. That is 8 on the G string, tiny little bend of the 6 on the G string, and an 8 on your D. So that's much like the intro there. You've got the 6s, and you slide it from the 5 to the 6 and play it twice, and then you play that little piece again. So that whole part there is. And that's just about it. I hope that covered it for you. Thanks.